Good afternoon, and thanks for your patience and getting this started. It's quite a great sight to look out and see everybody coming for this special tribute. I am Dr. Donald Matz, Chair of the Anatomy Department and Director of the Body Donor Program. I'd like to welcome all the faculty, staff, students, and especially our extended DMU family, the families of those individuals who donated their bodies to further the education of our medical professional students. Our faculty and staff take great pride in the teaching of human anatomy and the gift of your family members and the gift your family members gave to Des Moines University. In the slide presentation of our body donors, you can see with the tributes that all of our students in the College of Osteopathic Medicine, the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and the College of Health Sciences are deeply touched by the gift that your loved one gave to Des Moines University. I have often discussed with our students that these donors, now silent, speak loudly to them as their teachers of this basic scientific knowledge of medicine. We, their faculty, are facilitators of our donors' artwork, that is, their human anatomy. This service is to honor the lives and donations of individuals who are part of the DMU community, our donors and their families, and our extended DMU community. Students have honored our donors in a number of ways. Groups of students have honored United States veterans when they attend the entombments of donors at the Iowa Veterans Cemetery in Van Meter. Along with the testimonials that you've seen on the slides, students pay tribute creating HUGA projects during our courses, which are humanities, HUGA is short for Humanities and Gross Anatomy. They're projects that we assign during their courses. You saw a few of those in the lobby as you came in today. Also, you'll notice student participation at the service today, participating as speakers, singers, and musicians. Student classes have also dedicated memorial trees on campus. The tree is located behind Ryan Hall in the green space and with a dedication plaque to our donors. So today, we, the university community, gather to pay our respects to you, our body donors and their families, our extended DMU family. Immediately after the service, I know we got crowded here, but immediately after service we have refreshments, and we certainly would like you to invite you to stay for some refreshments and to share the memories of your loved ones with our students.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming to join us as we give heartfelt thank you to the family and friends of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice and given unselfishly to advance the training of our future health care providers. As the president of the university, I, along with the members of the senior leadership team here, extend our heartfelt sympathy to the family members who are gathered here today. All over the world, as each new generation of students begin their studies in medicine and other clinical disciplines, they will study the structure of the human body to understand how it functions and to learn how the normal function is altered by disease. Thanks to the early work of a Flemish anatomist and physician, learning anatomy through dissection is an irreplaceable and privileged part of a practitioner's training. The science of medicine has been advanced thanks to the human sacrifice of those who make this commitment. It is an awesome contribution. Your loved ones, grandmothers, grandfathers, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, friends, have given us an invaluable gift, which we respect and honor. This is the day that we honor their contribution to science and education. What a noble legacy. Des Moines University, as a health sciences university, is committed to providing the best educational experiences and clinical training for our students. We are dedicated to primary care, prevention, and the delivery of compassionate, patient-centered care. Professional integrity and respect for others are also primary tenets of the expectations we have for our future caregivers. We also require that students maintain sensitivity and respect for those who give of themselves to aid in their training, whether they are alive and well or deceased as donors. That we can assure you. However, at this moment, we also acknowledge your sorrow. There's a quote I recall which states, "Death leaves a heartache no one can heal, but love leaves a memory no one can steal." As you reflect on this gift, which has been given to us and our students by your loved ones, we also thank you for your personal sacrifice and commitment in letting go of the physical being and embracing the memory of the spirit of the person who is no longer with us. We recognize how difficult this may be, but hope you find comfort in knowing that they have provided an invaluable service. So I close with this. Those we love remain with us, for love itself lives on, and cherished memories never fade because a loved one's gone. Those we love can never be more than a thought apart. For as long as there is memory, they will live on in your hearts. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to stand before you today and express my gratitude and to share my story. Let me start at the beginning. I remember several times as a junior high or even high school student when we would get into those family discussions about very deep or philosophical topics. Sometimes the discussions would transcend across many topics in an evening that would challenge your beliefs or what you thought you believed. Growing up in a religious and social culture where we automatically assumed that the traditional burial was the norm, I never thought about any other option. As a child, I couldn't comprehend anything else. So fast forward a few years to when I started my pre-physical therapy program at Iowa State. Suddenly, I found myself seeing things from a medical and learning viewpoint. I found myself in kinesiology class where I worked with a donor who helped me to understand the concepts of human movement. I knew that the field of physical therapy was my calling, and I needed to take this journey to a new level that would allow me to help people every day. As a student at the University of Iowa Physical Therapy program, I would find myself in a lab full of future healthcare providers, eager to learn all we could from these selfless people and their families who allowed us the opportunity to learn hands-on. The appreciation, respect of my lab partners was ever present throughout that semester that we spent with our silent teacher. My only wish and regret that I have today is that I never had that opportunity to tell the families at the time, thank you. Thank you, as these students here today have the chance to do. I now take a new direction. 10 years ago, my father was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer. The roller coaster of treatment began. Surgeries, radiation, eventually followed by that magical moment of hitting the 5-year cancer-free mark, then the 6-year cancer-free mark. What you need to know about my dad was that learning was inherent to who he was and the core of his nature. His journey to learn never wavered, even when he was fighting the fight of his life. Then lightning struck. the cancer had returned. There was more surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, and then the words that we never want to hear. The cancer had spread, and there was nothing more this amazing team of doctors could do to stop these cells from growing. From there, life changes eternally. And so the discussion ensued. My dad, in his final months of life, told me he wanted to donate his body to science. He wanted students to have the opportunity, as I did, to continue learning and perhaps study his body, his disease, so he may be part of helping others in the future. Unlike when I was a teenager, I finally understood the magnitude of this gift that my dad was giving the medical community. I never questioned his desires and helped him to get the paperwork in order so that he could become a donor here at DMU. I couldn't have been more confident in the decision to give back. It is the ultimate gift, the final gift of unselfishness. Because of the generosities of the families here today and many others before, the students in this room have learned volumes and will have the opportunity to use this knowledge to impact the lives of thousands throughout their career. Thank you, DMU, for honoring the donors in this way, and a special thank you to Clay Carlson for his ongoing support to our donor families.
Good afternoon. My name is Lauren Clutie, and I am honored to speak to you today on behalf of the DO class of 2017. I know I speak for many of my classmates when I say that we are truly humbled and honored to meet you, the family of our beloved donors, as we celebrate their gift. Over the past 9 months, each of us has developed a unique relationship with your loved ones. They became our first patients, our first teachers. We spent countless hours learning everything we could from them about the complexities of the human form. It seems strange to think that even though we haven't met, we knew the very same person, but in very different ways. You made your loved one's heart beat with a purpose, the very heart that we later held in our hands as we studied how it was able to beat. When we began our journey of the human body, we knew very little about our donors, except for their age and the reason they died. But we all knew that they were so much more than that. Throughout many laboratory sessions, we often thought about what their lives must have been like. Was he a father that enjoyed playing baseball in the backyard with his sons? Did she spoil her grandchildren and give the hugs that only a grandmother can give? How many meals had these frail hands prepared? We wondered what their motivation was for teaching us. How kind and generous must they have been in every other aspect of their lives if their last gift was for the benefit of total strangers? As we recognize their selfless gift, we must also thank you, their families and loved ones. Thank you for trusting us, for allowing us to learn through them. I promise you that my colleagues and myself will carry this experience with us for the rest of our lives. Not only the lessons we learned about anatomy, but about the complexities, the fragility, and the beauty of life. I will also make a commitment to you now that we will care for each patient with the diligence and respect that we've bestowed upon your loved ones. I hope that you can see the impact your family has had on us. I realize that a simple thank you will never be enough. Maybe the best way for us to say thanks is to remember that each of our patients has a past, full of stories that reach far beyond their medical condition. As we continue our journey, the knowledge and lessons we have gained from your loved ones will forever be engraved in who we are, not only as physicians, but as people as well. Thank you.
Can you see me now? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to join in celebrating the life and legacy of your friends and loved ones. My name is Krista Schroeder, and I am the president of the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, class of 2017. On behalf of my peers, I would like to say that we are honored to have been touched by your loved ones' generosity. These individuals have been pivotal to the enhancement of our education, and we feel incredibly humbled that they selflessly taught us the beginnings of our healthcare careers. We would also like to thank you, the friends and families of our compassionate teachers, for your role in understanding the selfless act your loved ones have chosen to do. My classmates and I recognize how difficult this process may have been, and we hope you find comfort and peace in knowing that we are forever grateful for their choice of body donation. Because of your loved ones, we were given an opportunity to study the human body in a way not many students are granted. This experience has been one of a kind and unparalleled during our future education. When reflecting upon this past year and the amount of knowledge we've gained, I cannot think of a more thought-provoking and awe-inspiring course than human anatomy. This class was not only taught by the amazing faculty at Des Moines University, but a large part of our training came from your friends and loved ones. They were our teachers, and each of us strived to learn all we possibly could from them. They taught us knowledge no book or computer program possibly could. Without our donors and the study of anatomy, our education would not be possible. The best-selling Christian author, Max Lucado, once said, "Outlive your life." This is exactly what your loved ones have done. Their legacy is the foundation upon which we base our future medical knowledge. As they live on in your hearts, they will also live on in ours, not only by shaping our abilities to practice medicine, but also the manner in which we will practice it, wholeheartedly and selflessly. And as they live on in our hearts, they will live on in our future patients, whose quality of life has been improved thanks to the undeniable generosity of your loved ones. These people will receive superior care from us, their future physicians, because of the knowledge we have gained from our body donors, knowledge we would not have had without their help. This thought brings me to another quote, one of my favorites, an excerpt by Dr. Henry Burton. Have you had kindness shown? Pass it on. 'Twas not given for you alone. Pass it on. Let it travel down the years. Let it wipe another's tears, till in heaven the deeds appear. Pass it on. I believe that Dr. Burton's quote lives forever in the act chosen by your loved ones. They have passed on themselves for the betterment of others. The knowledge we have gained from them has not only given us the necessary tools to become successful practitioners, but also teachers to those who will come after us. In this way, the knowledge we have gained shall be passed on. It is our promise to your loved ones to practice not only accurate medicine, but also altruistic medicine, and to pass on the kindness that they have shown to us. For those that we honor today not only have touched our lives, but will also have a hand in each patient we treat as medical professionals. Though we did not have the privilege of knowing your loved ones throughout their lives, we are honored to contribute to their legacy. On behalf of my classmates, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to the friends and families of the loved ones we are celebrating today, and their endowment to the future of healthcare providers in which they have so graciously impacted. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Brittany McCall, and I'm speaking on behalf of the 2016 class of Doctorate in Physical Therapy. Today we gather to celebrate the lives of an elite group of people. When someone passes, many people will offer you the phrase, "I'm sorry for your loss." However, your loved ones acted in such a way that with their passing continues a legacy that will never be lost. Through the past year, we have grown to appreciate the little intricacies that make up the human body. The donors became our silent teachers, instructing us through their selfless gift on how to be great physical therapists. Not only is our appreciation of the knowledge gained, but also of how one selfless act can change the world. By donating their bodies, they have changed our minds and changed our hearts, and they've allowed us to provide greater care for our future patients. These patients are then able to go out and change the world in ways that were not previously possible. As you will see, one act truly can make a difference. No words could ever fully capture the magnitude of appreciation that I hold for each donor and their families. One classmate wrote in a letter to their donor, their hero, "I feel as though there is not enough for me to say for you to understand how much you've helped me. You've given death a new light in my life. You've shown me that in death, you can still be strong, you can still be you, and you can still show people the things that you care about." In this case, I learned that the education of the future was very important to you. You are the one that helped me face my greatest fear. There are truly no words to make the fact that I will never be able to thank you in person for what you have done for me any easier. I will carry your memory with me for the rest of my life, and your donation to my future will always hold a special place in my heart. Another classmate expressed their deep appreciation through the following excerpts of a poem. "I do not know what made you smile, but I have seen the mouth that formed that smile. I do not know the things that you've seen, but I have seen the eyes that gave you sight. I do not know the things that you love to hear, but I have seen the ears that produce those beautiful melodies. I do not know the stress that you carried, but I have seen the strength of your shoulders. I do not know the paths that you took, but I have seen the legs that took you there. I do not know the things that you love to hold, but I have seen the hands that held them. I do not know what dreams you had, but I have traced the nerves that helped you realize them. I do not know the person you were, but before you left, you gave me permission to explore the miracle of the human body and to understand the person you were. Thank you to the donors for providing this opportunity, and thank you to the families for honoring the wishes of your loved ones. May we continue to remember their sacrifice every day and find ways to make a difference with everything we do.
My name is Matthias Stannert, and I represent the class of 2015 of the Physician Assistant Program. Have you ever wondered why they trust us? Our patients, I mean. Is it not absolutely astounding that another human being, a complete stranger, would come into our office and bare themselves naked in front of us? That they would divulge all their secrets, physical, emotional, and spiritual. Our patients share with us the innermost narratives of their lives, information they share with no one else. That's amazing, isn't it? What have I done? What have we done to warrant such an honor? I remember not that long ago, really, when I looked out into the world at all the doctors and PAs who had earned the right to wear white coats and thought to myself, my God, these are the best and brightest that the human species has to offer. Do I dare pretend to walk among them? I thought of every hurdle they had to overcome, every class they had to take, and every test they had to pass. I thought of the endless days, the nights, and the weekends. I thought of the countless hours they spent huddled together, elbow to elbow in the anatomy lab, making careful incision and excision and resection and dissection, following nerves along the spine, arteries up thighs and veins, twisting one over the other through tortuous canals, and finally, back to the heart. We knew that if we dared it, we could be those first-year students with one wide eye on the periphery, always on high alert for the sudden manifestation of Dr. Matz or Dr. Deich, who drilled and questioned and pointed and revealed and taught, testing us and testing our knowledge of human anatomy until we would surely burst from the sheer volume. Why would we ever be willing to choose to go through so much learning? Why would we sacrifice nearly every other aspect of life to put ourselves through so much stress and anxiety, to learn so much detail about the human body? Well, isn't that why they trust us? Our patients, I mean. Thank you, body donor, for your body through which, just maybe, we have earned enough blind trust to heal a complete stranger.
Good afternoon. I'm Brant Adams. I'm a member of the DO class of 2017, and I'm also a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, representing the men and women of the military, and especially those students who serve in the armed forces. Today we gather together as students, professors, faculty, staff, and most importantly, loved ones of very special individuals who selflessly donated their bodies to the furthering of medical education and medicine as a science in whole. Among those we are remembering husbands and wives, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and people who touched lives that are countless. During their lives, they likely filled various capacities, each one of them making them different from someone else. But in death, they have one thing in common, and that is that they serve us and fulfill the role of teacher. I would like to highlight just a few things that they have taught us this year. Through intense anatomical examination, we students have discovered the colors, textures, relations, shapes, and functions of the body, all of which are important to understand when practicing medicine. Also, the bodies of your loved one have so eloquently demonstrated that the human body is an intricate, fascinating, and immaculate machine whose independent structures are extremely dependent upon one another. All of this knowledge, at a minimum, will help to improve the lives of those individuals we treat directly. However, if it is potentiated to its maximum, it can help someone, one of these students in this room today, to help find the cure for ailments such as Alzheimer's, cancer, HIV, and other non-curable disease. It also might help one find ways to bring about less invasive surgeries, treatments, procedures, and diagnostic tests. Another lesson we learned from your loved ones is that even though all of our bodies are of flesh, bones, and blood, they are still very distinct. As a matter of fact, the uniqueness of each body that we encountered emulates the diversity that we will, as medical practitioners, encounter daily with our patients. Having that experience and acquiring a deeper appreciation for individuality and diversity so early in our careers is truly invaluable. From the student's perspective, I can say that we have only benefited from the time spent with your loved ones. Be assured we understand how hard it is to lose a loved one. But please also remember that because of the generosity of your loved ones, many other people will have the chance to live longer, happier, healthier lives. It has been said that there is no greater gift than that of life, and that is exactly what your loved ones have given to so many. Finally, on behalf of my fellow students across all clinical programs, and especially those who serve in the military, I would like to extend our overwhelming feelings of gratitude. We are extremely grateful to your loved ones for such a priceless, selfless gift, and to you for supporting their decision to donate their body. Thank you.
Uniform Thank you.